right. All right, guys, what is going on? What is good? What is good? Let me just move the camera real quick. But yeah, what's good, everyone? Welcome back, Shay. Welcome to Take Partials Tuesday, Take Profit Tuesday, or just Tuesday. Whatever, whatever it is for you. Getting a whole lot of scam calls, bro. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I have no clue what the indices are going to do here. We have so much going on. Small time frame equal highs on Dow, lows as well. Some fairly clean lows. We're back in the middle of this range. Yeah, I don't know. It says Mason member for 6 months. Is that today, or is that just something that you posted? I can't even tell. I cannot even tell. What's good, Naruto, Willow, Monkey 2020, Mason, Cameron, Marshall, Pop, Amin, Lewis, Shay, Dante, Akinola. It's been a minute. Welcome back. Hotshot, Stephanie, BG. Said me too. What do you mean me too? You don't know. You don't know what to expect either. Yeah, I'm a bit conflicted here, man, because Dow's our weakest index, but it is not running the lows. Let me just go look at NQ for a minute as well. Yeah, NQ like close to the high of the day. Right, so ugh. And then ES kind of just, I don't know. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Hard to know what to expect. I'm leaning towards the bearish side. But this doesn't look bearish. You know what I mean? Up here it did. And I'll get into that in a minute too. But as of now, this does not look bearish to me. So NQ looking like it wants a new high of day. ES somewhat following suit, and then again Dow's kind of in roughly the middle of today's range, so yeah, it's absolutely hard to tell. But I'll go over a few things with you, so I'll go ahead and show you. I don't even know how you pronounce that. Gene. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that. What's good, Gene? Oh, the spam calls. It's the spam calls and it's the spam text as well. Pretending to be tolls and shit. Like, come on. Ridiculous. What's good, Darth, Quinn, Alicia, and Big James. Anybody else that I might have missed? Welcome. Welcome. He said, why I'm looking like the McDonald's logo? Yeah. And I'm not loving this shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It ain't looking good. But anyway, let me go back to ES for a second. Because I did want to tell you why, like up here, I think was decent. I was looking at it. I wanted to short and I did not. So I left it alone. But we'll at least discuss it. Okay. If we go to regular trading hours, okay, there's a couple levels that are worth noting. So yesterday's close, 58.17 and a quarter. Our equities open as well as our gap high end. 20,500 for Nasdaq. I mean, it's possible. It's our strongest index today too. That was another reason why I didn't want to short up here either. But anyway, so expanding right onto law number one, right? Buy low, sell high. We always talk about ranges, but recently I've been telling you about gaps as well. So when we're above like a gap like this or below it, you know, above it can be considered a premium, below it can be considered a discount. So when we look at it from this perspective, right? We go back to electronic for a second. What does this start to look like to you? Right? What is this overall here? $49er, welcome back to the live stream. Why like everybody's coming back today, bro? What's up with that? Is it because I gave you that trade yesterday, like in advance, and that shit hit? I don't know. Everybody's like, yo, we got to get back. I'm not complaining. It's just interesting. A random Tuesday, everybody comes back. I don't know. I mean, is it like summertime? Is it what is it called? Spring break or some shit? Like, what's going on? What's good, Omar? Finally able to get back to the lives. Got new work schedule from home. Oh, working from home, bro. That's the greatest. That's the greatest. What's good, Jonas? Was it turn up Tuesday? None of you answered my question, so I'll just continue. What is it looking like to you, chat? Come on, man. You guys are sick. Let's take off that midline here. We have a somewhat consolidation. We left behind some lows. This would also be London's low as well. All right, see that? 58.02 and a quarter, just above that 5,800 level. We leave it. All right, pre-market. Then we trade lower, and then equities is right here again. So we trade a little bit lower. Equities dropped lower initially, then ran higher. So what is it? What is this starting to look like now? A sell model, baby. Come on. Come on, chat. What are we doing? A sell model. Now, I think it still looks like that, but I don't like where we're at right now, to be honest with you. Okay. Up here was what? Manipulation. Yes. Manipulation. We trade off of it, and we have a low risk short. How do we know that? Because this is the same model that I gave you, baby. An imbalance on the way higher that gets traded through. That's the imbalance model. That's the imbalance model. We never leave it. We stay there a little while. We do. I won't argue that. We stay there for a little while. But there's your low risk short. Big ass first stage retracement. So, you know, is this going to be our second stage to go lower? It's possible. It is possible. Nasdaq is like, yo, piss off. I'm going to chill near the high of the day. Like, don't fuck with me. And then, you know, like I said earlier, Dow left behind some equal highs. We have some lows down here, and we're kind of just in the middle of the range. So, you know, what am I supposed to do with that? Initially, if I was in on something like this for about 10, 15 points or something, that would have been cool. But they just don't really align the way that I would like. You know what I mean? We got 60 people on here, dog. Look at that shit. Nice. Welcome, everybody. I'm glad you're all here. Now, if we could drop a like on the stream, that would be great. Still can't get you guys to do that for some reason. One step at a time. Jordan D, what's Gucci? Dow was weak, failed to even take pre-market high. Yeah. And that's why I said earlier in the Discord that the Dow looked weak. But it didn't run the lows, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, those lows are still down here. It initially ran very, very small lows here. And that's our current low of the day. And I want to say this was home sales as well. Whatever that is. Home sales or some shit. It's not level 3 news, so I don't really... Something along those lines. One of y'all can look it up. That would be great. But those lows I do think are on the table for today. This is... Yeah, so we'll have to watch it. Oh, we're up to 65. Look at that. We're up to 60. Oh, Trade of 8 crashed today? Oh, that's fucked. That's not the first time though, bro. I've heard Trade of 8 like probably a year and a half ago was absolute dookie shit. They were having problems like once or twice a week, bro. It was bad. Yo, like Top Step was getting... I know for a fact Top Step was getting mad as a bitch because they were putting out emails like, yo, we're so sorry, our third party, this is shit. And then, you know what they did too? Is Top Step... This isn't funny, but I think it's funny. But it's like Top Step stopped giving away reset days. If y'all haven't noticed that, they haven't given out like a take away a bad day kind of thing in forever, you know? And I think that's why I think they got mad, because they're like, okay, we'll kind of smooth it over with our clients, but you guys need to fix your shit, you know? And that was with Trade of 8. I don't think Top Step X by itself has really had any issues, but not near as much as Trade of 8 from a couple years ago. That shit was ass booty. I think Amazon just showed up. I was initially short on ES, aiming for those London low resistant lows, took partials and then got break even. So I think we can probably reach down there. Again, I think it's possible. I think if we're going to do it, we need to do it fast. I would not want to see us meander around. And NQ will probably follow suit, but I don't think we're getting London's low for NQ today. I don't think we would get that. We could probably get equities like opening range low, probably. But let's see, we have like lunch. Let's label this real quick so we can at least follow along. Lunch low here, equities open low here, and then London's low down here. So that's kind of the objectives, if that makes sense. So 11:30. Let's go ahead and do that. Bottom left. Let's do it the long way. The long way. All right. Equities open. All right. So there's some context for us. That's also why we got Top Step X now. Yeah, bro, because they were just like, dude, what the fuck, man? Kind of like that employee that keeps cussing in front of customers. You're like, bro, can you fucking stop that shit? And they don't. You gotta fire them, bro. So they were like, yeah, we've had enough of this shit. So scram. I mean, if you had to pick a side, would pick shorts today as well? I mean, it's starting to look bearish. Now, mind you, we've only spent time on a 5-minute time frame, and we haven't really looked at too much else other than just the framework. You know, Dow's now red. We can see that. You know, that's good if you're looking for shorts. We sort of tapped above our gap again. That was right at the beginning of the stream, right up here when I was like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do, but this looks like a market maker sell model. You know, then that points the probabilities to downside. So again, we'll see. I want to see if we get lunches low. I want to see how we react from it, or if we just push through that and then run for equities open low. And then if we do that, I want to see how we react there as well. So I'm not trying to call every candle, you know what I mean? Like minute by minute, play by play. You know, I'm not a fucking sports announcer. Okay. I'm not trying to do that. You know, we'll study. Okay. We'll do that. Let's floating like 1500 with stop loss and profits. Manipulation, possibly. I think this whole fucking thing is manipulated, bro. I think it's all manipulated. I think everything's manipulated. From the water that we drink, to the TV that people watch, to the food that we eat, to content we consume on TikTok and Instagram and all that shit. I think it's all one big psyop, if I can put my tinfoil hat on. So it's all manipulation, bro. All of it. Shit, even speeding tickets, bro. You think rich people give a fuck about speeding tickets? Only poor people care about speeding tickets, bro. I know that makes me sound like an asshole, but it's true, bro. It's true. It's not a law if you can break it and just pay for it. That's not a law, bro. What do you mean? You're just paying to speed at that point. Come on. But anyway, we've been printing some down candles here. We don't have news today, do we? I know I checked earlier. I think it looked a little blank today. Besides AUD, USD, they have CPI later this evening, which is cool. We have unemployment on Thursday. We have unemployment on Thursday. Okay. Sorry, I had to do something real quick. I had to do one thing real quick. What's good, Bruce? Trading really forced me to think things I didn't used to, Manuel. No, that's good, bro. That's good. That's how it should be. When I founded Smart Money Stoics, right? You know, when I left the MLM industry and I looked at all of, you know, what we did and looked back on my life in the last, let's see, I'd say about 6 or 7 years, right? And when I founded this community, I was like, okay, what can I do that is going to produce the the most well-rounded traders. So in the beginning, when I first started teaching, right, people were begging me and shit. I was like, no, I don't want to do it. And I finally just gave in and said, fuck it, I'll do it. So what I focused on with my first, few students, 10, 15 students probably. This was back when I was doing like private, like paid mentorship on Zoom. None of you were probably there for that. That was so long. It was so long ago. But at that time, what I was focused on with my students, right, was the concepts. I was like, this is how you enter, markets. Like, this is what I'm looking for. Like, this is liquidity, right? And at the time, I didn't realize that I was falling short as a mentor. Okay? Because you don't know what you don't know. All right? And what I mean by falling short is at that time, I was not aware of the power of personal development, right? Developing yourself, your mindset, your health and wellness, right? I've got some glassed water with me here, right? pH balance or some shit. I was not focused on mindset. I was probably somewhat overweight, like I wasn't focused on all that shit. I was just trying to teach people, look, bro, this is how you do this. This is how you do that. Like, go out and fucking smash it. And that's why I fell short as a mentor, because I didn't know about personal development all that much. I always thought a lot of that shit was stupid. I was like, oh, affirmations, that's fucking retarded. Affirmations still to me are kind of a little on the pseudoscience side, but I won't get into it. But other things, right? Like discipline and thinking in probabilities and, focusing on small things so you're good at the big things and stuff like that. I wasn't aware of that. So by not being aware, I couldn't teach it either. And that's why I fell short. I was unable to teach people the discipline side to trading. And that's where I fucked up. Boom, there's your lunch low. Do we trade back up into, oh shit, we have no wick on this bitch. Do we trade back up into our gap, or do we go ahead and extend for the equities open low? That is the question. Now looking like absolute dookie shit. Had you traded, let me pause, let me come back for a second to my life story for a minute. I'll keep yapping to you. I meant to say this earlier and I absolutely forgot. If you shorted the first one with a stop at the second one, that would have given you some heat, but it blew right past it. And I would say this one should probably be left open. Or not left open, but like that probably shouldn't close in the same way like this one didn't. You see that? Now, mind you, these are late. We are in a discount at this point. We are no longer in a premium. This was probably a premium or close to it. This is now in a discount, so we'll have to see. Oh shit, that's one thing too. Lunch low got yoinked on ES. Dow has not done that. And I don't know what the fuck. Ooh, look at that. Whew. Big drop right there. And yoinking lunch is low. So, yeah, again, this shit is mixed, bro. But we'll watch it. We'll continue to watch it. All right. What was I saying? I did not teach personal development because I did not know about all that much about personal development. But after reading for the last 5, 6, maybe 7 years, you learn a lot, bro. And I read a lot of bullshit too. Like I read some dumb shit. I don't recommend like dumbass books, right? I only put the best of the best books on my book page, the wall shelf. Okay. But when I became a better trader, right, through technical analysis, you know, I felt like this was the best shit. And then what made me even more better, I guess, English, was developing on the other side, off the charts, right? Waking up on time. I still struggle with that, but I've got like sleep issues and shit, but I won't get into it. Like I said earlier, working out, exercising, eating right, you know, getting sunlight, shit like that. When I started to focus on those things, it transferred over into the charts, and that's what made me a much better trader. And then, you know, we can do shit like what we did yesterday. I told you yesterday Nasdaq would probably do what? Take the low, run the highs. What did we get yesterday? What did we get yesterday? Where was that shit? Down in here, right? Remember that? Right at the tail end of the stream. I said, we have highs here. I wonder if it's going to take that low and then act like a buy model to go up there. Look at that shit. My inversion model, now mind you, it was there for a hot minute. And then look at that. 139, boom, spiked right up there, didn't it? Right? That would have not been able to have happened if I did not develop my other side, you know? On the charts, off the charts. All right. So it looks like it barely poked into that imbalance at 80 level there too. We'll still have to give this a few more candles to print. Obviously, we are at a new 30-minute candle as well. We came across 1230. So this is like a new 30-minute candle, 15-minute candle, 5-minute candle, you know, what have you. So it makes sense that we'd pull back a little bit. I don't really look at this like a mitigation, but I'm trying to see if it's going to act like one. We have an imbalance above it, so that to me, we shouldn't get back up into that. We should not go above 21. But if we do, I'll be wrong, and I'll just say, well, fuck, I'm wrong then. But if this is bearish, if this is going to stay heavy, I want to see if this mitigation, if this markup as a potential mitigation throws price lower. If it says no, bitch, boom, and then just dumps, we'll have to see. Okay, we'll have to see. Anyway, so they take your license. I mean, you can still drive without a license. It's not like they take your car away. They only take your license away. You know how many, bro? There was one time, I think when I was like 17 or 18, I had an expired driver's license for like 2 years or some shit. You know what I mean? A driver's license is just a piece of plastic, bro. Now, mind you, if you get caught a few more times, yeah, you might start getting in trouble. You might start getting in some real trouble after that. Like if they have a point system now, and after a certain number of points, they do yeet your driver's license. But I don't speed, chat, right? I have not been caught for speeding because I don't speed. So. Jesus, Nikki. I lost my license 3 months after turning 21. And didn't get it back until I turned 30. You see, chat, this is what I'm saying, bro. Discipline, right? We got to have discipline. But that's right. We've all been young and stupid before. Sometimes I'm still a little bit, you know, silly goose, but who hasn't been a silly goose? Who hasn't been? I'm wondering if NQ might do the same here as well. Right, high, low, higher, high. It's just the formation here is just, it's not like at the high of the day. So it's kind of like a mitigation, but it's near the low, or like roughly the midpoint of today. So let's go ahead and mark this up a little bit further as well, actually. See that lack of wick I pointed out earlier right here? Remember I said, oh shit, we have a lack of wick right there? Boom. We just went right back to it, which is also 50% of that mitigation. That might be noteworthy, chat. I don't know. It might be. Let's mark this thing up. All right. Let me see. 50% is here, and that was created when we made our high. So let's go ahead and do that. But let's also take off the rest of it because we have a lot of shit on here. Markets typically consolidate near 50%. We do have that here. At the beginning of the stream, again, we traded back above that gap. I'm honestly not even sure really what we traded into right here to make us just turn around like that. I don't know everything, okay? I don't know everything, all right? But we still went back into like a premium here. And now we have, that's what I said earlier, be careful because we're in a discount now. And this is what I meant. We're below 50%. That's why I said we're in a discount. So do we extend for equities open low? It's either yes, either we're going to extend there or we don't. You know what I mean? But this doesn't look bullish to me. And look at Dow, dude. Just look at Dow. Just look at it. If Dow trades higher, bro, I'll be surprised. I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked. Like legit, I'll be like, that's insane. I'll even put that in the Discord. I'll go, yeah, that was insane. I don't know why we did that. Just go to the racetrack. I can't go to the racetrack until after 1,500 miles. And honestly, I don't know if I want to go to the racetrack all that much, bro. I saw how much my tires cost, man. That shit, I was like, yeah, golly, bro. Them tires, man. Them tires is like 4 points on the S&P. You know what I mean? Each. So you need like a 12 or 13 point move on ES just to buy a new set of tires. Yeah, Mason, you're banned. Enjoy your time off. Enjoy your time off, my friend. It's been fun. All right, let's make this lighter because it's already been met here. So let's kind of ghost it a little bit, right? That way the focus is more on equities open low. Would one day at a track cook a full set of tires, or would they last a few drives? If so, just pick up a new set of race tires. No, I don't think a day on the track would do that. But I mean, doing burnouts and all that dumb shit probably would. Or at least wear them down a lot. But I don't actually know. NKM added the Russell 2000. You won't see me doing that. Hey, but if it works, it works. You know what? That actually brings me to a point that I wanted to bring up that I forgot. You're absolutely right. This morning, 8:30, our equities open for Dow is here. And we did not make a new high of day, right? A little bit after 10 o'clock. So we ended up doing that here, right around 9:50. Jordan, what's our high of day? Jordan. at 950, right? That was higher. NQ was higher, but Dow was lower. Bodies and wicks actually too. So that to me was the weakness on Dow, right? Hard to short small time frame when there's equal highs like that, but it's cool. That big rip ass. That's when I was like, yeah, in the Discord, okay, Dow looks fucking weak. We ended up getting that higher imbalance retracement, and then as of now on the session, we're back into this one. So, like I said, bro, I would genuinely, I would be surprised if we trade higher. I really would be. If this is our low to go higher, I'd be surprised. Genuinely. Because it just, to me, that wouldn't make sense. But the markets don't always do what I want them to. You know, it's probabilities. It's going break even after a new low has been set. It's taking partials after new lows short, new highs long, right? Still being able to grow that account. Ricky says, rally. Yo, you're banned too, brother. You're banned too. You're all banned from my chat. Banned. Ricky, banned. No, but to be fair, though, yesterday, right, super bullish. Today, fairly bullish. Shorts were obviously prime near, it's always been this way, but shorts, you know, near high of day were way favorable. Trading in this area here, it's a little bit more nerve-wracking than I would like. You know what I mean? And that's literally, like, because all the sessions are recorded, right? And that's literally why I said when we started this stream, I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know. Okay? But we've been following this for a little bit. We outline a potential sell model here. We're on the right side of the V, basically. It'd be a... What's that symbol on number 6 on your keyboard? That little arrow, that little up arrow? Because this wouldn't be a V, it would be the other way. If this was a sell model, that's the curve that we're on. We had our buy side price delivery. If we're going to go lower, then, you know, this is where we're at. But hey, look, if we go higher, then I'll be wrong and I'll own it. And that's okay. No, I did watch his video. And that's why I said I don't know, because he shows some charts and some of them don't make sense to me, like why his V is in certain spots or not. And I don't get that. But if we get like a sell model or a buy model, those are the kind of V's that I look for. Like, especially up in here, right? Being like, okay, we're higher while Dow is lower. If this is distribution, then the V becomes very, very smaller, right? Like you have a high and then that higher high, and then we immediately trade through that imbalance. So if that is our high, everything here is going to be on the right side. So all that could be shorts. This imbalance could be a short. This up candle here could be a short. Well, it's the same shit, right? Or that imbalance here could be a short. Like all of that could be shorts, is what I'm saying. But when you're on, see, I can't even zoom out on a 1 minute because the whole thing from London's low is so large. That small V is in here. The big V is like this whole thing. So Lee Bright says lower too. Yeah, hey, fuck. If we're both wrong, we're both wrong, bro. I can't always be right. Shift to price delivery during 10 a.m. Macro was clean. Fractal break. No. Yeah, Ricky. I mean, because in the video, I know he posted a couple of daily charts as well. But the flattened out daily chart to me with no higher time frame context was kind of like, yeah, we're focused on the V, but like, what's the other? Why should price make the low and not just the V? You know what I mean? Like, did we take something on a higher time frame? Do we have a higher time frame imbalance? Like, you know, what do we have here? And I guess that's one of the parts that's missing to me in that video. That inverted imbalance slaps. Yeah, bro. That's why I taught it to you. That's why I use it. You know, I don't use it for every trade, but that's why I use it, because it's blessed. What's good, Jonas? We got a lot of non-members in the chat today. We gotta get some memberships in here, dog. Yeah. No, I got you, Ricky. I got you. Again, we just got to give this a little bit of time. We do have a macro coming up in like 2 minutes. You know, we'll have to see what this does. I feel like we went lower quickly. We're kind of stagnant going higher. That kind of feels weak. I don't normally, you know, do a emotional fucking what's it called? Emotional analysis, right? Like, how do you feel? What do you feel the market's doing? Man, fuck all that. What are the technicals saying, right? This imbalance, I said earlier, it shouldn't go all the way through. Like, it should remain, some of it should remain open, and that's looking like it's doing that. NQ's not moving. ES is moving a little bit. So if I was not streaming, if it was just me, at this point, this is when I would say fuck Nasdaq, and I would watch both ES and Dow Jones side by side together. I would completely not even bother with NQ. I don't want to short the strongest index. I'd leave that shit alone. I'd go with ES and Dow. I would watch Dow to see if we get the lows and see if ES follows suit. But I can almost promise you that they're not going to happen at the same time. Dow right now is looking primed. Absolutely primed to take a shit. Excuse my language. I know we got almost 80 people in here. I'm sorry. I have a problem, okay? I cuss a lot. I've been doing it since like kindergarten. But London's low is looking primed. Anyone trying to go long, I mean, they got to have stops here. Home sales, liquidity here, lunch low here. That imbalance I told you about so far is pretty Gucci. We just need to see if they both, and that's why I'm flopping back and forth. Like, I want to watch Dow, I want to watch ES. And that's why I would watch both. He said unfiltered John is the best John. Yeah, I'm not for everybody, bro. I'm not for everybody. I've had students like block me and shit on social media. That's okay. That's okay. I mean, I've seen the trades that they take, and you know, looking at their trades versus mine, I'd probably block me too, but that's all right. We're not here for that. If you've been holding bars, Ricky, I got bars. Don't make me put on an instrumental. I will freestyle right now. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it, Ricky. I think you meant to say longs though. Longs since last Friday, we're seeing profit taking. And if you have the longs on US 30 since last Friday, and then they gap the price for market open 200 points, I would hope you have trailed risk to today's low of day. Dude, I'm telling you, this shit is primed. This shit is prime. And if you're not ready, you're done. You're absolutely done. See, and this is the shit I'm talking about. Why is Dow moving and the other indices are like, nah, I'm just chilling? Like, what kind of shit is that, dude? Would love to hear what John would rap about. You know, funny enough, I rapped a little bit in high school, near the end of high school, and a little bit after. I mean, it was fun, it was cool, but you know, it was just like a creative thing. It was just for fun. I wasn't trying to like, you know, make it out the hood or some shit. You know what I mean? I wasn't trying to do all that. Yeah, I'll just stick with Dow for now. Oh, and I forgot our macro here as well. We are at a macro time. We're almost 3 minutes into our macro as well. So, oh, that gap was right here too. See that? We didn't even go down to the 1 minute until just now. Look at that little gap right there. Boom. Up candle, traded through. Imbalance there too. Little gap right there too. Damn. Precision. But you know, Naruto, I mean, I don't even remember what I rapped about back then. Couldn't even tell you. Couldn't even tell you. Probably some dumbass shit. Honestly. Probably just some dumbass shit. Just straight bullshittery. Lee Bright. Talk to me. Where are you short Dow or S&P, or what are you short on? Or did you say earlier you were short on Dow? I don't remember. Or are you short, or do you just have a bias? Lee Bright. Jim Bob said boats and hoes. Well, first of all, no, I don't have a boat. And two, I don't even want to talk about it, bro. Hoes took all my energy, bro. That shit was whack. I spent so much money on dumbass shit like that. Buying purses and movie tickets and all that dumb shit, bro. Never again. Never again, chat. Are you going to make a dedicated video regarding the Judas model? Yes, I made it already. I'm going to release it on Thursday. Is that tomorrow? Oh, no. It's Tuesday. I'm wilding out. I need to watch it, though. It's not long. I think it's like 12 minutes or something. It's not a long video. It is a introduction into the Judas model. Oh, another thing too, since there's 70 of you on here, it's gonna be a free video. It's gonna be a free trading model for the public. All that I ask is, if you find it valuable, share it with a friend. That's it. If you find it valuable, text your friends that trade and be like, hey, if you have not passed the combine yet, if you're struggling, then watch this video and join the community. Can I take a look at gold? Dude, I looked at gold earlier and I almost threw up. Like, it just keeps making higher lows and higher lows. What do you want me to do with that, Cameron? I mean, like, honestly, bro. What do you want me to do with this? What do I do with this? Honestly. What are we doing? What are we doing here? We took a high back into this range, and then now we've been stagnant. Silver's been banging. Love that. Right? Silver banging off that mitigation here. Well, let's look at XAG, I guess, instead. That's got some of the markups on it. Remember a couple weeks ago, I put out that market review and I was saying like 34, 35, maybe 36 eventually. I've been bullish on this. But the problem with metals, well, maybe not silver, but the problem with gold is at, like, it kept printing all-time highs. And I don't want to buy at all-time highs. So what do I do with that? I don't know. So I would not touch this. I would get probably pimp slapped if I touch this. So I don't know. Sorry to disappoint, bro. But like I said, I don't always know everything, okay? As much as I would like to. Yeah, Stephanie, I know. I know. Always bringing up my exes, right? Well, what's crazy is I think I saw one of them the other day at the grocery store. You know what I mean? I was like, is that her? You know what I mean? I was like, is that bitch? No, I'm playing. I'm not really, but no, I was like, damn, that might be her. But I was busy. I was actually working on my next book. So, funny enough, one of the people that I write about in my next book was like standing right over there by the fruit. I was like, what the fuck? Should have clocked over the head, huh? Should have been like, bam. Should have smacked that bitch, huh? I'm just kidding, chat. Jesus would not approve. You're right. You're right. Sorry. I wasn't expecting that, chat. That's all. I just wasn't expecting it. And then I had the biggest smile. I shit you not, I had the biggest smile on my face because I remember what the fuck I drive. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm about to go do donuts right now. I was like, I'm going to go get in my car. I'm going to sit by the entry exit, wait for her to come out, and then I'm doing fucking donuts. You know what I mean? But I was like, John, you're 31. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Come on. This was like so long ago. Relax. I was like, all right. I won't do it. I won't do it. So, up candle here. We responded pretty heavily off of that. 808, baby, like a drum. You know what I'm saying? What you know about that 808? What you know about that bass, big dog? What do you know about it? ES equal, Jesus, I should have put the whole thing on here. Equities open low. I think we tapped it. We kissed it. Okay. We kissed a little smooch, a little good morning right there. A little good morning. Yeah, this is very slow. Slower than I want. Like, you look at this move here, right? That was nasty. And I just don't feel like it's replicating the same move as fast. And I feel like they're trolling me. And then Nasdaq does nothing. See, this is why shorting the strongest index doesn't fucking work. That's why that doesn't work. Tell her to join the community. No, fuck that bitch. She ain't joining shit. She's not joining shit. I want Satan in my Discord. Come on. When you're studying how long do you... Okay, I read that wrong. When you're studying, How long do you study till you give yourself a break? I'm trying to form good study habits. When it comes to learning these concepts, any advice? Well, I don't give advice, my friend. Okay, so that's first and foremost. I don't give trading advice. All right, but what I will say is everybody's different. Okay, every single person is different. You might be the kind that likes to study for 30 minutes, all in, 100%, set a timer, and then take a break for like 10 to 15 minutes. Come back another 30 minutes, take a break, 15, 20 minutes. Maybe you're the kind of person that can go for an hour solid, and then you want to take a nap or some shit, and then come back. What I did, okay, again, you don't have to do this. I don't recommend it because, again, everybody's different. But what I did when I was in the military, I would go back and forth. So I'd spend about 20, 30 minutes on the charts, and then I'd probably go play video games for an hour, 2 hours. You know, Destiny. I'd play Destiny or Destiny 2 or Call of Duty or Overwatch or some shit. And then, you know, I would do that for a few hours. So I'd kind of go, I would leave my computer on. My Xbox was like in the corner when I was on Xbox, but play Xbox for a little bit, hop on the charts for a little bit, and just kind of go back and forth. So I was studying. I was also having fun, you know, with my friends and stuff. And yeah, Doritos and Hot Pockets in between that. What about Marvel Rivals? Well, brother, I'm talking about like 10 years ago. I'm talking about like 2016, 2017. This is when I was doing that. But I like Marvel Rivals. I'm a DPS main. Sometimes I play Luna, but healing is boring. Tanking is boring. I like DPS. DPS is fun. I've always been a shooter. You know what I mean? Like right now, I'm trying to shoot for 808 on Dow. Like, I just, like, what is taking so long, bro? If we were going to do it, it probably would have been in the macro time too, which we still kind of are in, but we have an open of an hour here too. So this is probably just fucked, honestly. We didn't even take the low. We just tapped it. What type of shit is that? Yeah. Fortnite. Oh yeah, I did play Fortnite back then too. That's right. The light level gear for free a few months later. I like Destiny up until they got to that point, like where you had supers or whatever it was called, like the one dude was on fire or some shit. That's when it, or like a hammer you could throw or some shit. That's when I was like, all right, this ain't for me. You know what I mean? But it was still fun though. Yeah. Are you buying GTA 6 when it drops? Who even knows when that drops? I'm more worried about the Dow dropping, dog. Like, come on, bro. Are we going to do... I just want to get it on the session so I can say I told you so, and we can piss off and go through the rest of our day. You know what I mean? Is Jordan D in the chat? Is Jordan paying attention? Oh, that's the one who asked. I'm tripping. Boom! Touchdown, baby. 808, 106. 1 p.m. Macro delivered. Where's ES? Equities open low. Delivered. Delivered. What did we watch today? Order flow, baby. We watched... Remember this imbalance? I was like, yeah, we trade into it. Shouldn't close it in. Did it close it in? Fuck no, baby. Hit that up candle. Dropped. Mitigation here. Dropped. In a macro. time, price, context, baby. I'm John Fibonacci. Y'all have a blessed rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place here on YouTube. We'll make the markets our bitch again. All right. I'll put out the market view later this evening. Bye.
Faded off the kush, I'm gone. Only 2 years old when daddy used to bring them hookers home. Faded off the kush, I'm gone. Only 2 years old when daddy used to bring them hookers home. Looking like my grandma, my niggas got that ammo. We Jackson and then light up the L. Sam, yo, Tunchi in this bitch, nigga. Y'all niggas, bitch, niggas. Rats gon' rat and snakes gon' hiss, nigga. Baseball rich, nigga. Do this shit for all my homies. Where them bad bitches at? Come and put that pussy on me. Tunchi, you a murderer. Boy, you just be killing shit. Yeah, you know that money talk. I am the ventriloquist. Tranquilizer in a trunk. Put your hands to sleep, man. Birdman Jr. got the world in my wingspan. How you niggas wanna have it your way? Burger King, I get deep in that pussy. Digger out, surgery. Fucking with a real nigga, fucking right. Certainly, break in your fucking home. Take your life, burglary. Whoa, nigga. Die slow, nigga. For dear life, you're holding on. In vogue, nigga. Unload, nigga. Reload, nigga. Tools on deck. Home Depot, nigga. Well, if life is a bitch, then mine a gold digger. Yeah, and all my bitches nasty like a cold dinner. Every day I go so hard and work my ass off. I'm good, I'm 100 like a fastball. It's called a foe. Yeah. I'm going back in, man. Yeah, we get fucked, y'all money. How you want play it? That AK sleep on the side of my bed. That's one eye closed, one eye open. Your cap get peeled like ibuprofen. I'm sick, I'm ill. I ain't the nigga to fuck with. It's a crazy world and life is shorter than Bushwick. Young money, man, we got this shit by a landslide. Boy, I send them bloods at your ass like a tampon. Uptown shit, wet the whole party. Weezy gon' ball like Steve Harvey. The heater, I'm a tucker like D-Loris. That's my word like thesaurus. I don't see no future in your front and I be stunting hard. Rap game depending on me like a budget card. Fear nobody but God Almighty. Shoot that motherfucker till I get arthritis. I'm a beast, I'm a ass, I'm ahead of my class. I'm a diamond in the rough like a baby in the trash. I don't talk it, I live it. I paint a picture vivid. And them pistols popping like they sitting in a skillet. I go so hard, go so mean. I'm so New Orleans, told the judge I couldn't budge. It was him or me. Forget the bullshit and remember me.